What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Third Party Studios. Today we are going to be talking about Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom. Alex Jones has returned to Twitter, and Vin Diesel has been accused of sex crimes. We hate all of these things, and so we're going to go into this podcast with just letting you guys know a few topics we're going to be discussing. We'll probably be talking about plenty of other things, so stay tuned. It's going to be a ton of fun. Before we jump into it, let's just introduce everyone. I am your host for today, Talks Too Much. I have been here every time, and I feel great about that.
Have you?
Every time.
Oh,
I think you guys have all been here every time also, so we have a pretty much perfect attendance.
Yeah.
In the right corner, we have the Cody.
What's up?
The Cody is over there, and he's wearing all blue today for some reason.
Yeah, I'm blue. Abba-dee-ba-da-ba-da.
And you're like on a blue blanket.
You're on a
like
blue
it's all
blanket
terrible
even.
things.
But you got a red mic.
I don't even like blue that much.
And then in the other corner, we have the Slim.
You want a blue hat?
It sounds like he's introducing us to box or something.
That'd be sweet.
You guys should fight.
We should.
IRL. I'll record it.
Sounds good. That's the next podcast.
The next
Jimmy will talk about nerd shit while we're boxing in the background.
In the background.
Did you guys know that in almost every universe, Batman beats Superman? Meanwhile, Slim's just got Cody pinned, beating the shit out of him. I'm just kidding. Cody, you might win some of those fights. It depends on which universe we're in.
Sure.
I got the weight advantage, that's for sure.
Yeah, you are very fat. No, today we're going to be talking about Aquaman, and we intentionally stayed away from this movie. We all made a decision when we reviewed the Marvels that we are not going to touch Aquaman, the Lost Kingdom.
I think we pretty much forgot about it, too.
I did.
Just did not care.
I thought it came out in September.
Yeah, I didn't know it was...
I thought it's been out for a
The
while.
movie hasn't come out yet?
Yeah, I heard it was really bland. And, like, you basically, without even going into the movie, you could say beat by beat what's going to happen if you did a stereotypical superhero movie.
Well, it's got a lot of numbers in the middle. So, I mean, when you rate it out of 10, I'm looking at the IMDb reviews, and when you rate it out of 10, most of the reviews are 6, 7. But it's carried down by a huge amount of ones.
Yep.
And a lot of 10s are holding it up there too.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah,
What did you guys
15%.
think of the first one?
I liked the first. I thought the first one, so DC had an animated movie, a Sam Riegel. Am I getting that right? Is it Sam Riegel who does the DC animated films? The director.
I don't know.
Sure.
He did a DC animated movie for Aquaman.
Is that like the Throne of Atlantis or whatever?
Yep. And
That was good.
those stories were actually very similar and very well. Like, I thought that the Aquaman live action film was very closely tied into that animated movie, which carried a lot of it. I was like, that's how you do it. That's the right way to do it. That's the correct story, correct introduction of characters. You could bring other characters into the fight. I think they didn't bring in, and they really didn't bring anyone in. They made it more Aquaman
Are you talking
story.
about the live action still or the animated?
Both.
Oh.
Pay attention. No, I'm just kidding.
It's hard when you talk.
True. The short answer is that I do think the live action was really good.
I think it was dumb fun. I wouldn't say really good. I've seen it multiple times. So.
Well, I enjoyed the story. I thought it was really well done. I did think they built up Aquaman as a good character, which Aquaman has always been a meme among the Justice League, but now in the live actions of the DC universe, he's actually a viable, good character. I mean, they keep him away from water, which I think is a mistake, but
that's his whole gimmick.
It's where he tends to be strongest. But I thought the first I thought the first Aquaman movie was actually really good. My only pure hatred moment in that movie was when the fucking octopus, like, they were doing the battle.
Drummer?
Yeah, the drumming octopus. I was like, dude, just grab the drummer from Blink-182. Like, you don't need an octopus down there.
You just randomly see Travis Barker.
Yeah. I'm
like, I would be happier with that than I would.
I would
with
too.
this. And Travis Barker, like, canonically, Travis Barker's always known Atlantis
They're
was
buds.
a thing.
They're buds.
They tour down there once in a while.
Jason Momoa seems like the kind of guy who'd be friends with Travis Barker.
That does seem like a thing.
Very bro.
I don't know. What did you guys think of it?
I liked it.
Yeah,
It was good.
It was alright.
It
It was just their movie that wasn't offensively bad.
I don't think I'll ever go watch it again, but I didn't hate watching it the first time.
Yeah, when I look at the DC, this is the end of the DC expanded universe for Warner Brothers.
That's
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is the last movie in the
Yeah,
lineup.
on this one before they reboot it with James Gunn.
Yep.
Again.
Well, and James Gunn, I wonder if James Gunn will get his opportunity to do more than 2 films, 3 films. I mean, he's got his catalog, but Warner Brothers is, like, there's rumors that Warner Brothers is going bankrupt. So,
Well, yeah, no, they've been in a shitload of debt for years now.
yeah. And, I mean, the most recent news on that front is that Warner Brothers and Paramount are looking to potentially do a merger. They're in discussions for it. We're not going to segue off Aquaman. That's just important to the future of this franchise, because if James Gunn doesn't have any money to do anything with, and they're going to merge with Paramount, that's going to result in turnover of leadership, executives, new staff get hired. James Gunn might lose a lot of his power. I mean, there's a lot of political stuff in that decision that comes in if James Gunn is still there if that merger happens.
Well, they've been licensing everything out. Why do you think you can see the DCEU movies basically anywhere now? You don't have to get HBO or Max.
Except on disc, 4K
Yeah.
Blu-ray.
No one cares about physical.
That's not a thing anymore.
I want the Christopher Nolan Oppenheimer 4K Blu-ray disc for Christmas. That's all I want.
Okay.
Want it.
What is it, $20?
Yes.
Probably.
Can I just give you $20?
No, it's the message. It's the intent behind the present. I don't want cash for Christmas.
Why not?
I don't think cash.
Doesn't mean anything. Just cash. The reviews say it's at a 6, and IMDb has the Aquaman Lost Kingdom's budget at $205 million, which seems incredibly low.
That does seem low, but I mean, maybe.
Yeah, being that this movie was delayed a year. It was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been sitting on this movie pretty much finished for a long time.
Reshoots. I think they edited the shit out of it because of the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Turd.
That was not a dog.
But she's still in the movie. She's like in 20 minutes, but she only says like 6 lines.
I know. I hate it. I'm like, dude, just take... Like, you... Okay. Do you guys think that if Amber Heard was... If the Amber Heard situation, if Warner Brothers was like, okay, you are a liar who tried to get someone on the hook for millions of dollars and destroyed a career of a guy we actually kind of like, you're not going to be in this movie. Do you think they could have saved the Aquaman film
No,
if they had...
it's still probably going to be a dumb movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I mean, there's value in dumb, fun movies. I mean, we were just singing the praises of the first one, right?
Yeah,
but
I don't
can't-
think it's Amber Heard that's like really pulling the movie down.
You don't think? I think that was probably one of the biggest factors.
I think it was originally, but not anymore.
Yeah.
You think that's
I-
kind of died out and it's
I
all...
think so.
I think the
Because
year delay
I
helped it.
haven't heard a peep about Amber Heard for a while now, so
Yeah, that's because they took her out of all the trailers but
Yeah.
left her in the movie. I tend to have the inverse opinion where I think that Amber Heard's involvement was probably the biggest handicap to this film.
I think the biggest handicap was all the DCEU movies sucking ass.
yep, that's what I think too.
Honestly, that's a good point. I mean, they've really had nothing around this movie to build off of. I mean, if you could look at any of the DCEU movies and insulate them a little bit, like you look at the Marvel films and crap comparison, honestly, but it's all we can really do with these
Yeah, that's the
superhero
only really
films.
thing
It's
you
all
can
we can
do.
do. But if you look at like the Iron Man 1, if you look at Iron Man 2 and 3, Captain America, if you look at the Black Panther, most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, most of these are insulated from each other.
Yeah, they can be isolated stories, but then you kind of add like sprinkle into the main plot.
Yeah. But I mean, just because Captain Marvel is a shit film, you can still go out and enjoy a new Guardians of the Galaxy film like we did earlier this year.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that being said, too, like, you know, Iron Man 1 and 2 were kind of classics, and 3 wasn't as good, so you can kind of compare it that way, like this movie, you know. We all like 1 just because it's more of a classic, because, I mean, Iron Man 1 was one of the best movies out of them, I think, personally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Do you think people would see, okay, alternate universe where Robert Downey Jr.'s character is still alive, would Iron Man 3 make it so that people would not go see Iron Man 4? Do you think that's how that tracks? I don't know that that's the
I
case.
don't think so, because his name carries so much weight. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean the movie would be good.
Sure.
I think everyone would go see it because his name just carries so much weight now.
I think a lot of the normies would go out and see it, but like I don't care. If
I
they
don't know
bring
if
them
it'd be
back
good.
or anything. I was like, if they bring them back, that means they're out of ideas. And
Yeah, it's too convoluted now with this dumb. I know we said this in previous podcast stuff, but such a dumb idea to do multiverse time travel and BS.
They
so
leaned
dumb.
into that so hard.
Dumb.
It's like all they do now.
I mean, just let him be dead. That's fine. He was my favorite character. It's fine. Let him be dead. I would hate to see him come back. I really would.
Yeah, I agree. Robert Downey, this was right after Endgame. Robert Downey went on Rogan and he was talking about, wouldn't you feel a little bit betrayed if I put the jersey back on? I'm in the suit.
I saw that interview. Yeah, I agree with him.
And Rogan's like, no. They're fighting the new villain or whatever, and they're run out of time. And all of a sudden, the big dog walks in through a portal.
Yeah,
it's like changing the tone.
So
I would feel
dumb.
so betrayed. I would feel.
I would too.
I mean,
I'd walk out.
I understand the hype that people like Rogan would probably have around something like that. Like, Rogan's entire career revolved around the UFC and like the spectator sport of all of this.
Yeah.
It's not really the story that drives him.
Yeah.
Right? He really does enjoy. He articulates that he enjoys a lot of films that have really high, like, action and really big surprises, stuff like that, and doesn't really praise anything that has like great story.
It just steals the meaning out of stuff.
Exactly.
It truly does, because it's like, what was the point of him fighting for all the years and years? What was the point of him trying to surround the Earth in armor? What was the point of Civil War? What was the point of it?
That's
It
why
all led up to him sacrificing himself for everybody.
Yeah, that's why multiverses suck ass.
It's
'cause it
terrible.
Takes any tension or anything
There's no.
away.
Who cares? He dies. Okay, there's another Tony out there. Who
Well,
cares?
There was two moments that came after Endgame that both shit on the value of the Infinity Saga, and I want to know which one you guys think is more impactful. Do you think it was the moment when, in the Loki series, when they're in the TVA and he
They have
finds
all
that
the-
all the Infinity Stones are just paperweights?
Oh yeah, we have them
Or-
lying around everywhere.
Or option number two, and throw another one out there
so
if you guys
bad.
think of a third one. But the other one was in Secret Invasion, when it turns out that Rhodey and a lot of these people were Skrulls throughout
I
the
hated that
majority
too.
of this.
That one just doesn't really make sense at all.
So but which of those two do you think more negatively?
I think the Infinity Stones, because
Yeah.
what was Thanos' quest the whole time then? How are these things just paperweight if it can cause that much damage?
Yeah.
It causes that much, but they're just paperweights. Why would they just be paperweights if they can do that much?
Because they got so many of them, it's coming out their ass, man. They got
It
to use
doesn't
them
make
for
sense
something.
though.
They got to collect them all.
Yeah.
They're like Pokemon.
From every
I
multiverse.
hated that. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
so dumb.
I think that was probably. I mean,
And it kind of made everyone, not just Thanos, but everyone look like an idiot then. These guys know they're everywhere, yet you spent 30 movies collecting them.
Did you guys know that Thanos is actually a mutant in the Marvel's universe?
Isn't that kind of off the comic books
Well,
coming
Yeah,
from, right?
the universe.
Obviously, since they're not
Yeah.
in the
in the movies he was not. In the movies he wasn't a mutant. He was normal for all the Titan race. But no, in the comic books he's actually a mutant, and he falls in love with
Death, right?
Death.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no, I don't like you anymore.
You're a loser."
And so he goes on so he's just like trying to do all the death.
Yeah.
He tries to kill everyone. That's his mission with the Infinity Stones, is to wipe out all life in the universe. He makes like a throne for
Yep.
the goddess of death to
Yep.
sit on, so she could watch him infinity snap all life out of the universe. And meanwhile, she's really got it on for Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool.
I didn't know that part, but
The
that's
goddess
not
of death.
surprising.
Yeah, the goddess of death is
Deadpool, boring stuff.
yeah, Deadpool and death.
Not
It's
surprising.
in character.
Yeah, it's
That's
canon.
that is in character
canon.
for Deadpool. That's pretty good.
I think Jason Momoa. What do you think happens to him theoretically? Like hypothetically, what do you think happens to him if Aquaman flops and he's not invited into the future of the DC universe? Do you think he
Well,
could?
he's not going to be invited into the future of the DC universe.
Isn't that still up in the air? I thought that was still being decided.
They're not going to bring anyone back.
No.
No.
I think he disappears into B-rate films for quite a few years, and then he has a little big roles down the in 5 years from now. That's my guess.
You think he? I see a
think he
potential
kinda
where he
disappears.
becomes like a Dwayne the Rock Johnson actor,
Oh, for sure.
where he's put into everything with that needs a muscle man actor.
Yeah, but it's not going to be any good. It's not going to be any high-end.
No, it's gonna be like rock films.
It's gonna be like, yeah.
Jumanji.
Sure, for sure.
I
That's
haven't
what I
liked
think
any
too.
of the Rock films since like 2003.
Jumanji's good if you ever.
No, it's not good. I
Yes,
have
it
seen
is.
it.
I liked it.
The
Actually.
Rock Jumanji, like the new one, Kevin
Yeah.
Hart, The Rock. No,
No,
I like them.
compared to the Robin Williams one, it's
Well,
not
we're
even the same universe.
You can't do that.
Why
That's
not?
fair.
Why can't I compare? Cody, help me here. Why can't I compare the Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Because
to the
it's
Robin Williams Jumanji?
It's so much better, and I understand that. I'm not arguing it's not better. I'm saying it's so much better. You can't compare the two. You just can't. It's just so much better.
Okay. You're just like begging me not to keep shitting on the fact that Dwayne The Rock Johnson's movie is so bad.
Just enjoy it to enjoy it, though.
no, his last good movie was like The Rundown.
Oh, that
Sean William
was good.
Scott.
I was thinking Walk Tall, but I don't know which of
Walking
those
Tall,
came out
yeah.
first. I don't know which came out first.
I think Rundown was first, but
Dwayne The Rock Johnson has had plenty of movies that can be enjoyed, but you're right. Rundown and Walking Tall are the only ones in my book that actually.
Scorpion King.
I was about to say that.
Scorpion King.
It was cheesy, but it was good. Like I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but like looking back, I'm like,
They
that's
they
kind of.
CGI'd his face into the Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Mummy.
I remember that one too. The second Mummy or
Yeah,
third
that was
Mummy.
Mummy Returns. Ain't it?
You know,
I think so.
he's
Yeah,
a big old scorpion.
it's the big CGI scorpion.
Yep. Yep.
Who's that? Brendan Fraser? Who's the main actor in the
Brendan
original?
Fraser, yeah.
Yeah,
He did
He-
a very good job.
I can't believe he fell out of Hollywood so
Yeah, no
aggressively.
kidding.
His most recent performance with
That-
Whale got
Whale,
like an
yep.
Oscar. Got like an Oscar, or was it just nominated? I think it won.
I think it
think
was
he won.
nominated. Did he? Oh, he did get
He
an
had a
Oscar. Yeah,
speech.
yeah.
Yeah, he gets an Oscar for that, but
It's because it was sad, depressing. And he was a fat gay dude.
yeah, but Leonardo DiCaprio has put out like masterpiece after masterpiece throughout his entire career, and the only one he gets an Oscar for was the Revenant.
Yeah.
I hated the Revenant.
That movie
I love the-
sucked.
No, I love that movie.
He got murdered by a bear and he was laid on the ground for 2 hours straight.
One
That's
of
the
my-
movie. Spoilers.
One of the biggest selling points of Revenant for me was the fact that they do the bear scene as one long continuous shot. That was like the whole pitch of it. It's like, we're going to do like a 10-minute straight scene
Of
with
him
one camera,
getting
and we're going
his-
to do one long take. And then I'm watching it in theaters. I'm like, dude, half of this scene is CGI.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, he
bring
just
in
gets-
the bear.
Have a bear,
A bear
maul
can
Leo,
really do this.
and we'll
Let
just
him
film it.
fuck him up.
I got to remember that. That was so funny. Bring in the bear.
He just mauls them. That's
Ugh.
great.
That's a great movie.
If I could just watch
He
that
shouldn't have
scene
gotten an
again.
Oscar for that, though. He should have gotten an Oscar for like Wolf of Wall Street or something.
Wolf of Wall Street.
That's a good
I mean,
movie.
think about like even his older films, like Eating Gilbert Grape, or What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I think I'm getting the title of that movie wrong. Then you have
What's that movie he does with
Catch
Robin
Me-
Williams? Oh,
Catch Me If You Can.
Can's really good too.
that movie's awesome.
That movie
I
is
mean, if he
awesome.
didn't get something for it, Tom Hanks should have.
Yeah, Tom Hanks did do a good job in that movie.
Yeah, you had
How do we get
Shutter
on
Island.
this?
Shutter Island.
That movie was good too. Yeah, he does have some
I
bangers.
rewatched it. We were gonna do a war room on best. Twists, plot twists, like best surprises. Shutter Island is probably gonna be mine.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That
is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, Fight Club I think is up there. I think Fight Club is just the W.
I mean, it was ruined when it came out in theaters. I think Rosie O'Donnell said it right away.
Who?
What a bitch.
Who the fuck is Rosie O'Donnell? Is that fat pig?
Yeah, the fat pig.
Just Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
You've called women a fat pig. Only Rosie O'Donnell. She's huge. She's huge. Get on get on Jenny Craig or something. Damn.
Is that still a thing?
Bitch, it might be. I don't fucking know. Warner.
That really got off topic.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got there.
It's been fun though. I don't give a shit.
This guy got an escalation of stuff.
I'm looking at Warner Brothers again, like just tying it
We
back
need
to
a flow chart for our conversations.
No, we don't. We absolutely do not. This is way too fun. Warner Brothers merging with Paramount is other news that broke out this week, where they're in talks to start merging. The CEO met with the big wig over at Warner Brothers.
How do you merge two companies going bankrupt? Do they like combine their debt and it magically
I was
goes
gonna
away
say
or
more
something?
bankruptcy.
Well,
Or, like negates their other debt?
I think it's way too complicated for anyone in this room to figure out. I think at the end of the day, they probably just they probably remain separate entities, but fall under one umbrella. I imagine something like that. So they wrap their resources together while
'Cause
remaining.
Warner Brothers is like $5 billion in debt.
Yeah. Think about it like
Wowzer.
Yeah.
what? Warner Brothers?
That's a lot of money.
No, Paramount's like $5-8 billion in debt. Warner Brothers is in like the double digits, like the
50, I think,
50
yeah.
something $billion in debt. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
It's insane.
It's obtuse. It's huge.
That's an angle.
Which is weird when they have like very successful franchises.
$15.6 billion.
Yeah, so we got the number here. As of 2 days ago, when we're recording this, Paramount's long-term debt was $15.6 billion, and Warner Brothers' long-term debt is $43.5 billion in debt.
Holy moly!
How would these consolidate? I have no fucking clue how you add two negative numbers to each other.
More debt. We need more debt. Add more.
How do you get that far into the hole?
Yeah, you didn't even make 43 movies this year. Warner Brothers, yeah. Well, Warner Brothers license out their IPs to other companies. So, like, Amazon got access to Game of Thrones, Amazon got access to Lord of the Rings. They haven't made a successful superhero movie with their superhero franchises for a while. They stopped doing all the projects that make them money. The action figure, like merchandise, has almost always been the way big movies have made a lot of their extra cash.
Yeah.
And you have superhero movies that kids aren't seeing anymore. And so they're not getting action figures. They're not getting collectibles. They don't care about them. No one's going out to buy the Ezra Miller detachable pants action figure.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just gay.
How is he still not charged with anything? Jonathan Majors got charged.
And
there's video evidence of Ezra choking out some lady in Walmart or something.
Oh, she got cash. That woman got cash money, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I
Well,
would have taken the deal too.
I would have taken the deal and then just kept shitting on him. Be like, I probably still would have been like, what are you going to do? You going to say you blackmailed me into not charging you? I'm keeping this money.
That'd be all my social media is just trashing Ezra.
I just make it my fucking profile pic.
It'd be like, how much you paid me, and then
getting choked with a thumbs up. Oh, look how much money I got from Ezra Miller. If you get choked by him, you might make less. I got the most money from being choked out by Ezra Miller. But Warner Brothers and Paramount, so that would be that'd be Max, previously HBO. That'd be Paramount Plus. That would be Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. That'd be all these, obviously all the DC superhero content. All of this stuff, Paramount would get able to get their hands on and start touching and messing with. South Park. Yep.
And Nickelodeon, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Paramount.
Paramount has Nickelodeon, Avatar, The Last Airbender.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah,
And they can't make any of it profitable.
not one. I mean,
who the hell is in charge of these things?
Well,
bunch of idiots.
You want my opinion?
No.
Didn't ask. My opinion is that the cost has gone up way too much, and they're not getting creative with how to make these films. They have a million unions that they have to plead and make deals with.
I hate
instead
unions.
of they can't realize that the guy who holds the boom mic is not worthy of $160,000 a year salary.
The boom mic union.
The boom mic union, or the donut delivery union.
That's a good union.
Honestly, I that's a union I could get behind.
That is a union I could get behind.
But these the reason being is that these companies do have just an absurd amount of costs now because they refuse to take their business out of Hollywood, and all of these unions are killing them. They just won't let it go. And all of these companies have been pro-union for like 50 years.
Well, yeah, everyone was pro-union back in the day when you needed unions.
Yeah. But I mean, now these companies are just destroying them. And honestly, I look at AI, and we've had conversations about AI and what it'll do to like movies and stuff like that. I do think that it's a useful tool, especially when you can tell the guy who's been doing horrible CGI for the last 5 years, hey, turns out AI can do this better. We don't need you anymore. Your job can go.
The opening credits to Secret Invasion. It was all AI.
But yeah, so I got a list here. So Paramount's IPs include Terminator, Transformers, Mission Impossible, Top Gun, Quiet Place, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Godfather, Paranormal Activity.
Make them a buttload of money?
A bunch of money. Paranormal Activity, Scream, Star Trek films, and Warner Brothers currently got Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. So they're two big dogs, but obviously we ran through a few others.
Yeah, I mean, Top Gun made a shitload of
money?
money, but you have to make 43 movies break $1 billion.
Yep.
Fair. Jeepers, they pissed all that paranormal activity money away, huh?
Well,
Granted, that was years ago, but still.
there's only so many times you can put a nothing on the screen and,
and
scare
people get
with
scared
it.
of it. Look, it's still nothing.
It's still look, the door creaked with a string.
It cost us $20 to make this.
What was the cost? The cost of the original paranormal
It was like
$15,000.
It was like $15,000 and it made just bang.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hundreds.
All profit, baby.
All profit. That's what got Blumhouse
The
on the
marketing
map.
was really good for it too.
Yeah.
Oh, for
They
sure.
did a really good job.
It was a creepy movie.
But that's what got Blumhouse on the map.
Oh, for sure.
was
Blumhouse
their-
sucks. They put out shit now.
I don't. Nah, I'd have to look at their roster to get before I contest that, I'd have to look at their roster.
Yeah,
but I
same here.
remember vaguely having a positive impression of Blumhouse.
Is
So
it Bloom or Blum?
Bloom.
Or Blum.
Blum.
Bloom.
Blum, Blum.
I like how the way that Blum sounds. It's Blumhouse to me now.
It rolls off the tongue
It's
better.
Blumhouse.
Blum.
Stupid Blumhouse.
So, I mean, we would probably see a consolidation between these two. They'd probably go to one streaming platform just because they can't.
Yeah, for
one
sure.
streaming platform with all of this
Do
content.
you know how many streaming platforms HBO and Warner Bros. Have gone through?
Another
We're on
one.
like number 4 or 5 right now.
Well, Paramount Plus-
Another one.
Another one. They just made Max.
Well, Paramount Plus seems to be more more positively received. Like Paramount Plus, I think is more popular. You have things like Yellowstone. You have all those spin-offs. You have
Well, that's a banger.
No, I
Sylvester
think-
Stallone.
I
You have the
think
Nickelodeon. You have all the cartoons and stuff that's on there.
I think Max is one of the few streaming services that actually made money last year.
I would have to look at those numbers. I haven't seen that myself.
Is it a downhill climb?
Just
for-
believe me.
I-
Take my word for it.
Trust.
Don't look into it.
Trust. Don't look.
Don't look.
Don't
I might be
look.
wrong, so don't look into it.
I'm always right. You
I-
don't need a computer. Ask me anything.
I don't think Paramount Plus gives up Paramount Plus for Max. I think it's going to be the inversion. And I think
it's
what
gonna be Paramount Max Discovery.
Lodian.
Nice.
Loaded.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Discover Mount Max.
So after that, there was so I don't know anything about Rebel Moon. What do you know about Rebel Moon? It's a Netflix exclusive, right?
Nothing.
It was Zack Snyder's pitch for a Star Wars movie, and they said that's really stupid. So he went and made the movie anyway. And apparently it's really stupid.
Well, on Netflix it got like a 5.9.
It's doing
so
worse than Aquaman right now.
Yeah, I mean, at least Aquaman has some fans. Is Rebel Moon based off anything, or is it entirely a new IP?
It's a new IP, and I think it's just a girl boss movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think
Ew.
so? Snyder put like his daughter, his personification of his daughter in it.
Ooh.
Deep
Ew.
cut. Deep cut. Attack.
I made my daughter a superhero in this movie, and everyone fucking hates it.
That might have been a deep cut, but honestly, I don't care. It's important to laugh at
I
tragedy.
mean, the trailer looked good. Looked like it could be a cool space movie, but like right away, they're in the trailer. They're like, "You're the
Chosen one.
Chosen one.
Chosen one. I'm coming. I mean, I mean, at least when you look at like the original Star Wars film, like George Lucas, when he made A New Hope, was looking at his portrayal of Luke as like a pure hero's journey movie. It was he
it's
literally
not
did
complicated.
Yeah, he did chapter for chapter of a hero's journey movie. He didn't go to Luke and say, "You're the chosen one." He said, "I'm old as shit, and I need some freaking help, dude. Plus, you are kind of like a Jedi.
Hey, you want to go kill your father for me?
Yeah, get on that, bro."
You could make this really easy for me if you just went and killed him.
Dude, if Luke and Vader had just chosen to become the new Emperor and Vice Emperor,
That'd be cooler.
that would have been a way better long-term
That's
story.
probably going to be a Disney what if.
Oh my goodness.
Evil Luke
I
Skywalker?
can see that happening.
Evil Luke Skywalker.
All played out in my brain.
And it'll suck because it's Disney.
That'd be terrible.
Well, so I was actually asking Cody earlier today because some of my favorite YouTubers were shitting on Zack Snyder recently, and I didn't get
As
it.
one does.
Well, I liked Zack Snyder's
That's fine
Man of
stuff.
Steel. I liked what he was doing. I liked the
yeah.
Snyder cut of Justice League. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
and I didn't understand where all this like animus towards Zack Snyder came from. And now
Funsies.
I'm like, oh, Rebel Moon is shit. Also, Cody, do you want to tell that story again? I don't know if you're up for telling that story a second time, but
Well, in our YouTube sphere that we all listen to or whatever, Zack Snyder went on somebody's show, and then like his publicist, it was for a charity for his daughter. It was like suicidal prevention charity or whatever. The charity makes a shitload of money, and like 10 minutes into it, it's like his PR team or someone told him to get off and disavow this YouTuber because they're like, oh, they're alt-right and blah, blah, blah. So they kind of not a big fan of him for that.
Oh.
that's some bullshit. I fucking hate that. I would have kept the money. I would have kept the money. Be like, who's gonna claim it? Like, she's gone. I'm sorry. That's too much. Too much. Too much. Too soon.
But yeah, and also he makes every original movie by Zack Snyder is pretty shit.
I don't even know what original movies he has. They're that bad.
Sucker Punch.
Oh, I hated that movie.
Army of the Dead.
Dude, Watchmen was great.
300's great. Watchmen's great. Dawn of the Dead's great. Those are all movies that had pre-existing material.
Let's see.
Like
Sucker
History
Punch.
For 300.
Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Gahoo.
Who doesn't know about that movie?
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
I don't even know what that is.
He directed a My Chemical Romance music video
What?
My Chemical Romance is awesome.
in 2009. His film category is like 30
Bonkers.
projects, like 25 projects.
Right.
He's done nothing. Why do I like this guy so much?
Why do you?
I think you were just told to.
No, I did like
Look
Man
at the
of Steel.
big gaps in his stuff.
I think Man of Steel was actually a good project.
Yeah, I like Man of Steel too.
And I think the Justice League was horrible until the Snyder Cut came out.
Snyder Cut's good.
And
I-
Batman v Superman.
Batman, the extended version of it is good.
Mm-hmm.
The original is kind of shit.
Yeah. But I mean, so I guess there's not as much reason to like
But
Zack
look
Snyder as I
at
used to
nothing
like.
beats. None of his movies have like an. Oh, there's an 8.
There's an 8, barely.
Where?
Spider-Man 75. Or
Superman 75.
Sorry.
It's a TV short, so it's not a movie. Okay, so there's a TV short called Superman 75. We're on Zack Snyder's IMDb profile looking at films. The only project on his entire list, except maybe The Watchmen? No, I was hoping that 300. Nothing is above nothing is at an 8. Not a single project's at an 8. Even 300 and The Watchmen are both at 7.6.
I'm seeing a lot of 6s.
Yeah.
There's more. Let's see.
Oh, let's keep going.
Oh, I thought Dawn of the Dead
Dawn
would
of the
be up there.
Dead. 5.
No, nothing. Wow, he sucks. Why is he so hyped?
I am starting to appreciate that he shouldn't be. Also, he's bug ugly. He's so fugly. Don't look at Zack Snyder if you want to look at a handsome person. 'Cause you'll be very disappointed.
That's my biggest problem with
Zack
him.
Snyder,
He's
he's just
fucking fugly.
ugly as shit. He's just so hideous. No wonder.
The
Damn
dude's
it.
jacked.
I don't know how we got here.
Well, I was trying to cover the Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon's been all over the place with like reviews and stuff like that. People shitting on it. I don't want to fucking watch this movie. I don't want to watch every bad project on the fucking in the world just to have an understanding of what it is. I'm like,
I'm not watching this crap.
I'll watch it.
thank
I'll
you.
do.
You're-
I'll
Take
do the
bowl
fucking
for us.
homework, you lazy pieces of shit.
Thank you.
well, I watched Velma, so
We watched Velma.
that wasn't. Oh my gosh,
So sad.
ugh, gross.
Ew.
There
Are
was
you excited for season 2?
There's a season 2?
Yeah, it was guaranteed a season 2 before it even aired.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
There's other projects I care about more in January. Oh, Amazon is actually doing God's work right now when it comes to content, and it's surprising the hell out of me. So, Amazon is bringing. Are you fucking yawning into the
Yeah,
mic right now?
I am.
Dude, take a nap.
I was
Who
still
thinks to you?
I was still thinking about Velma.
No, Amazon Prime brought on one of my favorite content creators to make a show, and they're getting a season. It's called Has Been Hotel. I've talked about it on the channel, I think, a couple of times. I'm so excited for it. It's coming in mid-January. I'm ecstatic over it.
Have you started watching Reacher?
No,
Heard
but
that. Season two's
I
pretty
heard
good.
that's sweet.
I've heard Reacher's going awesome. I've heard Reacher's going great. The Legend of Vox Machina season 3 should be coming out here in January or February. That's normally when it's been coming out, but Vox Machina has been crushing it. Like all the Critical Role stands are just screaming when they hear content, like anything about Vox Machina.
Invincible. That's good.
And Critical Role is supposed to be getting like a couple of spin-off shows. I actually have a big problem with one of them because they're using a different animation style, and I don't think they should. I really don't.
Dare they?
I agree. Different animation style. You have a stunned look on your face, but no one knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I showed you the trailer for
Yeah,
Vox
just
Machina.
tuned out.
Yeah, and I've watched a couple episodes.
Yeah, that.
They're changing
The new show is
animation?
so the new show is using a different animation style.
Well, it's a totally different show, so who cares?
I cares.
Oh, okay.
I cares.
Well, stop it.
I
stop.
don't want to stop
You're
it.
making me
Hearing.
feel weird.
Well, so
I'm gonna let you know in life is a lot easier if you don't care about anything.
Yeah, it is.
one movie
Try
that
it.
came out that's getting some positive praise is the Iron Claw, which is that movie about the professional wrestlers. It's got an 8.1 review right now, starring Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Yep, it's got Zac Efron, and I actually really do want to check this one out. This might be worth doing a review for the
I
start
might
of the year.
have to.
This actually might sound bad. I kind of like his movies most of the time. He's pretty funny.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
Oh yeah, that's a banger back when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
High School Musical, bro.
I was
He
going
was
to say
in-
everything after that.
He's in a couple. He's in a couple like
Neighbors.
That neighbors movie, hilarious.
Bad Neighbors, fantastic. Mike and Dave need wedding dates. I thought was awesome.
Yep.
I laugh at that one a
He
lot.
has
That
some
was
funny
hilarious.
movies. He's pretty good.
But the Iron Claw it's kind of a true story based around the professional wrestlers.
His family.
Yeah, his family.
He had like 6 brothers or whatever. One dies, and then they all the brothers pretty much end up dying.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
big spoiler. Wow, ruined.
I just heard about the true life story.
Yeah, but it's got a really good looking cast. I think it's going to be a great film. It's got Holt McCallany in it.
Jeremy White too is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really looking at this list. I'm like, we should go do a review on this one. This one would be a ton of fun to check out.
Jeez, Zac Efron's jacked.
He is Jack Efron.
Jacked Efron.
Jacked Efron.
All natural too, I bet.
But without having seen it,
Sure.
it does look like a movie that I would actually enjoy. It looks like a good. It's a drama sport film. So, I mean, we'll have to see. I do want to go check this out. If you guys are up for it, I do want to do a review on this one.
Good. Yeah. When's it come out? Is
It's out.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
It's currently out. So if you're looking for something to see in theaters, this one,
It'd probably be good.
yeah, might be worth checking out. I mean, definitely over Aquaman too.
God, I need to work out. Jesus.
Yeah, you and I both, buddy.
I'm not gonna.
Sitting next to a pedal bike I haven't touched in a year.
It's really dirty.
It needs a
It's all
dusting.
dust.
All dust, no bust.
I'm just kidding. I didn't even look at it.
I just hate you. So just shit on you.
We should just play games more. That sounds more fun.
We got so additional news in addition to the Jonathan Majors situation, which he was found guilty of, surprised me a lot because his defense released a video of him running away from this chick.
Yeah, I think they're both shitty people, probably.
Bitch, they might be. I mean, I like to follow court cases typically, when I'm trying to formulate an opinion around them. The Jonathan Majors thing, I don't care. I don't think that he was a good pick for
Kang.
Kang. Yeah, I don't think
For what?
Kang.
He was supposed to be the next big baddie in the Marvel universe,
Yeah,
but
He was?
yeah, he was.
But
I
I
didn't
think
hear
they've
that.
defeated him 3 times already. So.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be an army of average guys.
Yeah.
An infinite army of average guys, not just an average guy. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you.
I'm confused.
You haven't been keeping up?
No.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the next big bad.
Who?
Jonathan Majors. I'm trying so hard.
Oh.
What aren't you getting?
I'm so confused.
It's an actor playing a bad guy in a Marvel movie.
Yeah,
So,
this guy, Jonathan Majors, was supposed to be the new big bad in the
Yeah.
upcoming Avengers films.
okay. That's not happening anymore?
He's in jail, or he's going to jail. He's guilty.
He's guilty of beating women.
Yeah.
So
So he can.
the Avengers beat him. Huh?
The Avengers won.
They won.
The
We just got to get him in real life.
Me Too beat him.
I mean, I saw him beat a woman in the movie. So
Same thing.
You know who's not
He
being
likes to take his work home with him.
You know who's not
He
being
really
talked about at
studies.
all right now? Bill Cosby's not being talked about, and I find that very interesting.
Nobody cares anymore. He went to jail.
isn't he in jail?
No,
No,
he's
out.
He got freed on a I think he wasn't read his Miranda rights or something. He was
Really?
Yeah, it was some technicality. He was just out. He's just not in jail anymore.
Boop,
So I'm
bop,
like-
shippity boop, boop, doo. I'm out of prison.
But Jonathan Majors being found guilty kind of brings us to Vin Diesel, who's currently facing allegations from, you guessed it, 13 years ago by his
think this
former
Yeah,
assistant.
these things never happen like the week before.
Yeah.
Do you think this is true then, or is it one of them?
I
I
did.
don't
I always
know.
thought the Mathers thing was fake
I-
until like he got convicted as well.
Who?
Hyde from that '70s show.
Oh, Danny Masterson?
Danny Matt. There we go. Sorry. I said
Yeah.
his name wrong.
So the Danny Masterson situation, I don't trust
I
that.
thought that was fake.
Isn't
He
it?
got convicted.
It was like a Scientology thing too.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was made up.
No, he got convicted. I have reservations about that entire story, though.
So do I.
You just you just like that '70s show.
No, I think.
If you put out a good film, I'll let some.
I'll let
shit
some
slide.
creepiness go by.
Well, Hyde was the best character in that '70s show, in my opinion.
I agree.
But he really wasn't in Hollywood very much after that, except for The Ranch, which I think he still.
Which was how many years later?
Yeah, it's still very good. He had like a pop-up appearance
Overrated.
in Yes Man, which was fine. Wasn't anything spectacular. Didn't
Oh
stand
yeah,
out.
that's right. I forgot.
Um,
He did a really good job in
I
The
don't know
Ranch.
what he really wasn't doing much, but I don't believe that allegation still.
And that's where I'm leading to with this, like, because I didn't believe that either, but obviously got convicted. Is that what this is?
Justin Roiland is a better example because he was found. Those charges were dropped, so Justin Roiland's like
Okay.
just innocent, and his
well,
career.
I don't know about that. I've read the text.
I don't care about the text message. Charge him. Put him in jail if he did a crime. I don't care if he dirty talked someone who I don't care. I don't care at all.
Okay.
Like no. I didn't like if they're not gonna charge him, I'm not gonna care.
So this might not be a good question to ask three dudes, but should there be a statute of limitations on this kind of shit?
It should be 3 days.
That's that's not enough.
What do you
But
mean?
thir-
You asked my honest opinion. No, I'm just kidding.
13 years is too long, right?
Okay,
How do you
somewhere in between.
remember- me and my wife had a conversation about this, and she fully is on board that you cannot just do this 13 years later and bring this up.
Yeah.
You can't. How? Because
Isn't there a
her and I talked
statute of
about this.
limitations on killing people?
Yeah, I don't know about killing a
I think
person.
I think murder's 25 years. I think it's like a long
But
time.
anyway, our conversation was, how does your brain even if it is a traumatic situation, how does your brain not A, remember it correctly, or two, if it's super traumatic, like how does your brain over that time like not either
Well, you're gonna
remember facts wrong?
Yeah, you're especially over that amount of time. You're not gonna get anything.
Even if it
everything
is
right.
like a traumatic event, like
Well-
you remember those better, your brain's still gonna change facts.
And
Yeah.
a defense is impossible because you're arguing against someone's feelings and recollection.
Exactly.
It's impossible to form a defense.
I'm like, you cannot go back that far.
So if you want me to like get on board with like Justin Roiland going to jail, Danny Masterson going to jail, Jonathan Majors going to jail, the answer is just no because they're just even if they're convicted, I tend to lean on I tend to like believe in innocence more than
For sure.
Well, you're
yeah.
innocent until proven guilty, but
Yeah.
everyone's kind of gone away with that. Now you're guilty until you
Just
prove
because
you're
someone
innocent.
says so.
Yeah.
And I think that even like our jury system has a lot of flaws with it.
Oh, I 100% agree.
I think that
Yeah.
so I'm not just shitting on the system entirely, but I do think that with this specific matter, I think that for Vin Diesel, I'm not for it.
Well, I don't even know what the charges are.
Battery, so sexual battery. So he yanked it in front of her.
What? He grabbed her hair too hard when they were doing it?
So
Yeah,
without
what are
reading the
the
whole,
exact
That's why I
charges?
don't choke my partners.
so the refuting allegations of sexual battery and sexual assault made against him
2010.
in 2010, 13 years ago, against so the woman who's making these accusations was his assistant for 9 days. So she was with that team for a very, very small
There's
period
clear
of time.
evidence which completely refutes this outlandish allegation.
Yeah. So there's plenty of examples of like stuff like this being false claims. We can look to Amber Heard as the most famous, so we don't have to try too hard to find
Yeah,
examples.
they
of
just
why
want their 10 seconds in fame. She's bored with her life.
Yeah.
And you flip the other side of the coin. You don't want like no one to come forward and if it's actually happened. But like, come on, it's 13 years ago. You're just
I don't want people getting away with it, but
No.
I don't want people getting away with it, but there's this culture of take as long as you need to destroy someone's life instead of, hey, if this happens to you, go
Yes.
do it now. Don't wait. It's going to
Yeah.
be harder if you wait. It's going to be worse if you wait. Go do it.
Yes, if something like this is happening, you need to say something right away. And it's obviously a lot easier for us to say this in a room where this has never happened to us, obviously.
Well,
but
I think all three of us actually identify as female assault victims, so I think we're fine.
That's how I do.
That's how we identify, so we're safe. Make sure to smash the like button if you agree with how we identify.
Affirm me.
Affirm our opinions. The big story for the day is the Alex Jones coming back to the tweeter. He is
The
back.
Twitter, the X.
He is back on the X. And this is actually this actually broke a few
On the X.
it broke I think last week. But there's been so many news articles floating around about how Alex Jones is the devil and him coming back to Twitter is such a loss for free speech. They think that a conspiracy theorist being allowed to speak is a violation of free speech, which proves they have no fucking concept of how this shit is supposed to work.
That's a
It's a
makes no
stretch.
sense.
Words are violence.
Words are violence.
And
Violent
so is silence somehow.
So-
I think everything's violence.
existence is violence.
It's true.
I eat a lot of chickens, so I think chickens would have an opinion of the amount of violence I act upon them. Although someone else does the violence on them. I just clean up.
You're
up
not
the
the
mess.
violent one.
I'm just the cleaner.
Well, so you guys know the story of how this kind of broke in, like how Elon Musk.
You put up a poll.
Yeah.
They got like what?
Put up a poll.
It was insane how many people voted on it.
Well, it was immediate.
What was the poll? What was the
Should we
question?
have Alex Jones back on the platform?
Yeah. So
Did
well,
everyone say yes?
it was like
It's like 70 some percent, 77.
yeah,
Nice.
some near 80%. But so this actually happened after the go fuck yourself
Yep.
debacle,
Yep, that was
where
funny.
Musk goes on the interview and they're like, "Are you concerned about all these people pulling ads off your platform?"
They
Elon
can
Musk,
go
I'm not
fuck
going to be
themselves."
blackmailed. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
And he calls out Bob Iger and he calls
Yep.
out Disney, and you have all of these major
Too great.
advertisers who are pulling themselves off of Twitter, off of X, and they're all coming off in a coordinated effort to destroy X as a platform and sabotage Elon Musk. And Elon Musk you think that Elon Musk goes to himself and thinks to himself and he says, "Well, shit, I've got nothing to lose here." I mean,
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
There.
Alex Jones at his peak was more popular than CNN, Fox, MSNBC.
He still has a shitload of viewers.
Yeah.
Viewers.
Alex Jones is one of the most popular figures in the world.
Yeah.
And his following is huge. And he's right more often than he's wrong, which is
Yeah, they are turning the frogs gay.
and
Yeah,
he,
which is scary to think.
It is scary.
So now anytime he says something, I'm just like, yeah, it's probably true.
It's probably
it's
true.
more than likely true. That's the tendency of his conspiracy theories. They are more than likely true.
Yeah,
which is enough.
And it's like at least a percentage of what he's saying is true.
Yeah.
So here's the
It's like,
strategy.
fuck, that's
Elon Musk says Burger King, Disney, all these other big platforms are leaving X and not going to advertise with me anymore.
So I'll bring Alex Jones.
Let's bring Alex Jones
Yeah.
on, get some rejuvenated energy back into the platform. We'll bring on some smaller advertisers.
Terrible idea.
He needs Trump back on now.
Well,
Oh,
Trump.
yeah.
That would break the internet.
That's on Trump.
Yeah,
So
it is on
Elon
Trump.
Musk has already opened that door for him. That door remains open to Trump all the time now. And I do agree that Trump should probably let Truth Social go. What I think Trump should do is sell Truth Social to Rumble,
There you go.
and then leave Truth Social to go to X, or go to Rumble. I mean, I think
You
one of
can
those.
use both.
Yeah, he can use both. But I do think Trump was most powerful when he was talking to everyone on X. I think that was when he was most influential.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, honestly, this
100%.
is all like he's a freaking Goliath now compared to when he was a giant before, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, actually, I have that backwards.
No, you don't.
He's
got
a
it right.
giant now. So what's bigger, a giant?
A
or
giant is
Goliath?
bigger than a Goliath.
Okay, then you had it right.
I wouldn't think so.
No, a giant. He's a giant now.
Yeah.
A Goliath before.
I think a Goliath.
He was
big.
I
big
think it was
before.
okay. I
He
think
was-
it was just a really dumb sentence.
Do you think Trump is more popular today than he was in
Yes.
2020?
Yeah, it's just the
Yes.
way you were
That's
using
what I meant.
your words.
I was
were
like, back
stupid.
when he was on Twitter, he was huge. Now he's tremendous. Gigantuan almost.
It's huge.
Your words are confusing me.
They're just
Stop using
English.
synonyms for the same fucking thing.
They're just English. It's not. There's nothing wrong with my speak.
With my speak.
Comment in the comments if you think my speak is wrong. But no, Alex Jones.
My brain hole hurts.
There's a debater named Douglas Murray.
Is he a master at it?
He's a gay Brit. he's a master debater. He's a gay Brit, and he is
Quite the rap sheet.
If you look up Douglas Murray, you will find a new rabbit hole to go down. He is brilliant. He is a brilliant debater. Who's it? Jim Corbin was the debater for the Democrats, who was like really popular, like
Something like
the
that.
best debater. Douglas Murray.
They had a good one?
They had a great one.
Oh.
He was very well spoken, and I hate him. But Douglas Murray is kind of just this unstoppable force for and he was on with Pierce Morgan.
P.S.
Oh no! It was Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder was on with Pierce Morgan, and they were talking about Alex Jones coming back to Twitter.
Oh, I think I did see a clip of this.
I didn't.
You know who Steven Crowder is?
No.
Right. No, Steven Crowder hosts the
Louder with Crowder.
Louder with Crowder. It's the most
It's a
popular.
conservative morning show on YouTube and Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
he
Yeah.
goes. So you know who Pierce Morgan is? He's
Yeah.
okay. So he goes on Pierce Morgan. Pierce Morgan despises Alex Jones. He had an interview with Alex Jones where Alex Jones just ripped him apart in the interview and made him look like a freaking goob. And ever since then, he has just had this thing out for Alex Jones. He also was very like pro get rid of the Second Amendment, you know, like the Brits do.
That's about right.
Yeah, so he was very pro getting rid of the Second Amendment. And when Sandy Hook happened, you know, the Sandy Hook thing happened, Pierce Morgan had on, you know, like Ben Shapiro and a bunch of other people arguing about Sandy Hook. And Alex Jones was kind of at the middle of that because one of his conspiracy theories that he was promoting at the time was he thought Sandy Hook was a false flag. He thought it was faked by the FBI.
I
and a bunch of-
remember
Was it
hearing-
faked or planned? It was his...
He said faked. He
Okay.
might have meant planned, but he said faked. And he went on very, very quickly after that to correct himself. The problem was that he articulated an opinion. That was the problem. And now the entire world remembers him as the guy who says Sandy Hook was a denier.
I remember all that.
Yeah, now he
yeah,
owes like the families of Sandy Hook like $1 billion.
Yeah, some of-
this lawsuit.
Yeah, some obtuse amount of money. And so Elon Musk, when he bought Twitter, debated the Alex Jones thing. He says he put out that he didn't want to have anyone who was like making these problems for like children on the platform. It was denying the deaths of children is a very evil thing to do. And Elon Musk has a soft spot for that because, you know, one of his kids was like something happened to one of his kids. I don't know the story. But Elon Musk recently gathered new information that told him that he was actually banned for engaging with, I think, Oliver Darcy on the street, who is a reporter, a journalist, who Alex Jones just absolutely hated. And so Alex Jones was banned from Twitter for action he took off of Twitter, completely unrelated to anything he was doing on Twitter. And so when Elon Musk figured this out, and now he's got nothing to lose with all these advertisers leaving, all of a sudden Alex Jones is back on the platform. He had this awesome town hall, or not town hall, what are the Twitter spaces?
Yeah, it was some like... I don't remember what they call them.
They do like a digital meeting in Twitter, so it's like
Right.
all voice, no video. It's just like a Zoom call without voices. And they had Alex Jones, Elon Musk, Andrew Tate, a bunch of famous journalists, and then they had Vivek Ramaswamy, who's like my guy. I freaking love Vivek Ramaswamy. I
yep,
think he's
yep.
awesome. So they had him on there, and they had all these people on there talking about Alex Jones coming back on the platform now that he was officially back on the platform. And it was awesome. It was such a great conversation, such a great dialogue. And I loved how Elon Musk is talking to all of these other people who I actually tend to like. You know, my opinion on Andrew Tate is more positive than negative. I see some negatives with him, but generally more positive. Vivek is awesome. Alex Jones, like I said, more right than he is wrong.
Somehow.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, when all these conspiracies come to light and they tend to be true, that sucks.
It's scary.
That's just shit. I hate that. But it is what it is.
Yep.
No, I think Alex Jones coming back on Twitter, I think, is an amazing thing.
Well, yeah. It's basically the town square, and you're banning people from talking.
Yeah. Well, this also sets a precedent that maybe he could be brought back on other platforms too. You know?
I doubt it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but
Because all the other platforms don't have new ownership.
sure,
It's the same people.
sure. But those the bannings of Alex Jones will be reviewed, and Alex Jones can now take legal action saying, "Hey, look, you banned me. We had an agreement that I could be on Twitter if I didn't violate your terms of service, and clearly this isn't a violation of your terms of service." Lawsuit.
Lawsuit.
Get lawed.
Lord.
Get blawed.
Loud.
Well, you guys got anything to add for today?
I never have anything to add. I'm kind of just a third-party studio present.
Someone who exists in the ether.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, no.
Shooting chit-chat.
Since this is going to be the last podcast of the year, I wanted to congratulate you on last night's stream where you were doing your speed run.
I'm taking a
The
long time.
longest speedrun ever.
Yep, in the world.
You have-
setting a record in the opposite direction.
Well, I think the average, I mean, that game is 15 chapters, right?
Yes.
And
I'm on 12?
you're on 12, and you have 6 hours of game time.
Yeah.
So the average game time, I think, was 12 hours. So you're still doing really fast.
My first time through was 15 and a half.
Yeah, you were slower than
Because I
that.
did everything. Like
Tried to see the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
For the
Everything.
for people who are listening, we're talking about last night's live stream where he was doing Resident Evil
It'll
4
be
remake speedrun. It's on the
part-
YouTube channel. You can
part
find
2.
the video. Check it out. It was super fun.
On
Very engaged.
December 22nd.
Yeah. So congrats on that, man.
It was okay.
We hit our milestone of 150 subs before the before the new year. That
Pizza
felt
party?
great.
We get a pizza party.
Yeah.
You get pizza
The
party.
boss is going to get us pizza.
How about I take you guys to Iron Claw? How about that? And then we do a review.
Oh,
Then
okay.
we make more content.
For more work? Oh.
Yeah, when we do more work.
Business related.
Can I do something that's right-offable? Nah, but to the audience, I really want to thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate all your guys' support, helping us get to the 150 subs.
Crazy.
Our new goal for next year, I think we'll try to get to 500 to get monetized with the YouTube channel so we can start putting some of our merch.
So get
on the
immediately demonetized.
Well, the only thing you get at 500 is the ability to put merch on your channel and do things like super chat stuff and get
I
like
thought that was
memberships.
1,000.
No,
No,
1,000
they
is where
dropped
you're.
it. It used to be 1,000.
1,000 is where you are monetized, where you can
Oh.
make money off of the watch time of your video.
Then
But 500
the
is
goal
just
is
all this extra.
500.
If we can get to 500 next year, I think that would be awesome. And honestly, I think we'll continue to keep trying to bring you guys better content. I think we're getting better at it. I think the content's getting better, and I hope you guys do too.
It's going quicker.
Comment if you think our content's getting worse and how, so that we can know that you guys hate us.
No constructive criticism, just criticism.
Just criticism. Say boo in the comments.
But say boo in the comments.
Thumbs down emoji.
Also, if you are watching this, don't forget that it is still early enough that you can claim your free T-shirt from the YouTube channel. We are doing the Vanguard design. Look at our community posts. You could find the step-by-step of how to claim your T-shirt. I will also post it in this video's description.
Yeah.
So you could figure out how to claim your T-shirt. Once these Vanguard T-shirts are done at the end of this year on January 1st, these T-shirts will no longer be available. They will never be made again. So make sure to not miss out on yours. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed this content. Share the video around on social media. Let people know where we are. It helps us grow the channel. And subscribe if you are new so that you could be one of those people who help us grow the channel too. Thank you guys so much for being here. Looking forward to the new year with all of you guys. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace. I mean,
You go. I mean what?
bitches and hoes. I got pee.